To our next story. You know, policing in the third world is as tedious as it is demanding. In a populous environment like ours, it's tasking. Now, hear this. A total of 1,702 murders, 2,149 abductions, and about 320 robbery cases were recorded by the Nigerian Police Force across the country in 2023 alone. The North Central Zone had the highest number of recorded murder cases, according to a report released on Friday, July 5th. The figures for other regions were also released, and the numbers are downright spine-chilling. No doubt about it. Our country has bled enough, Mayor. And Majid.
There are figures that are very scary, especially coming from the police. I saw that, I analyzed it, and I saw that, yes, I mean, we still need to do a lot in terms of ensuring that we provide, we secure the lives and property of citizens. From that report, we could see that about 320 murder cases, 1,702 murder cases, 2,149 kidnappings, and 320 kidnap cases. And if you look at it, the North Central, where you have Abuja, Plateau, Benue, Kwara, Kogi, comes top with the cases of murders and kidnappings. Yeah. While, as expectedly so, the least cases here, not totally clean, of course, from South-South and Southwest. They are numbers that are quite scary. I mean, when you discover that 1,702 people were murdered in Nigeria in a year, and also 2,149 cases of abductions and kidnaps. Then 320 robbery cases all over the country. Our law enforcement agents should do more to ensure that this numbers...
With these figures, Majid, they have their hands already full.
Yeah, that's why we have a government in place. And the basic responsibility, the basic duty of government is to secure lives and property, so that we don't live in a banana island, because this is, even FCT has its own share of these cases of kidnap and adoptions. If you break it down into states, I mean, the FCT had its own share. I mean, about 36 cases of kidnap and robbery and murder recorded in the FCT. Yeah. I think we should give kudos to the law enforcement agents in Lagos, because from the breakdown, I think only about 5 cases of kidnap, I mean, was recorded for Lagos by I mean, in this analysis, which with about with some states, a state like Taraba recording as high as 200 cases of murder and kidnap, except expectedly so in the North Central and the Northeast. So the law enforcement agencies should do more, and now it's the turn of the federal government, the president, to ensure that we have more people recruited and trained into the different arms.
I think about 10,000.
Yes, into the different arms, because as we are now, I think the general consensus is to have about, I think, one policeman to 200 to 200 or
That's
250 people. The
recommendation.
But we are doing about 1 to 400 in Nigeria. So that's why, and this, our 1 to 400, I mean, it's not even taking into cognizance those who are serving VIPs.
Half of them.
Half of them. Half of this figure. are doing,
with VIP.
providing protection for VIPs. So it's not even 1 to 400 per se. We should be talking about 1 to 800 or thereabouts.
Come on.
So we need to do more in terms of recruitment and training, and the provision of what will make their work easy, enabling environment for them.
Mayor, we are sure living in very interesting times.
Yeah, what the statistics show is that the security situation in our country is terrible. And I'm not surprised that the North Central seems to be the focal because the reasons are quite obvious. That's where you have the herders and the farmers clash quite prevalent. That is where you have this ethnic clash between Fulanis and Christians and in Plateau and all that. Benue. So then Taraba. So because of this religious crisis, which is basically something that could be solved, either ethnic in nature or has to do with herders, farmers, or sometimes in some cases reprisals and all that. That is why they have that high level of. But I want to say that the situation is quite worse than this.
Yeah.
For example, I know that the number of kidnappings happening in the Southwest is far more than what they release. I've known people that have been kidnapped in this Lagos, and they had to pay. You understand? In this Lagos. Yes. So the situation is terrible everywhere. Our security agencies are doing their best. I have to give it to them. But we have to tell them the truth that they still have more work to do. The situation is so difficult, and it seems to be getting worse. If you notice that things that we thought we've forgotten about, like suicide bombers, for example, we've not had suicide bombers for a long time. Now they're back again in Boronu now, which is very sad. Prior to this time, kidnapping used to be alien to people of the Southwest. We don't seem to hear about kidnapping, but now it's right here at the background. The Shagamu or Ijebu-Ode Road is now like Abuja-Kaduna Road. They kidnap people every day. They shoot people every day on that road. Ditto for Lagos-Ibadan Expressway. So it shows that those bandits that have taken kidnapping as a source of income, they're coming south.
Have you heard that kidnapping is the new name for armed robbery? Because you shoot a lot more bullets, but you make more money.
More money, yes, of course. Because armed robbery, that's why, before, armed robbers, what they do is for them to have a high payday, they attack banks. Nobody attacks banks now, except in the rural areas.
Oh, yes.
They won't come to Lagos and attack banks, because when you look at the response and how much you are going to make, it's not worth it. So go and use that effort to kidnap people and be collecting 100 million, 50 million, 10 million. That's what they do. Yeah. But you see, that is why it is scary, is that when they left Niger, there was a time that Niger State was practically, was the hotbed of the kidnappers.
Oh, yeah.
The bandits were running riot and all that.
Niger has the largest.
They were smoked out.
At the time, they moved towards Okeogun area. That was one of the things that led to this agitation for Yoruba Nation and all that. But because of Amatekun, they were able to clip that thing for some time. But it seems it's really is ugly head again. Because when you look at different places, Lagos-Ibadan expresses, when you look at Shagamu, Ijebu-Ode axis, we are getting reports. When you look at Ijebu, go to Ibadan, we are hearing cases of. So
an expatriate was kidnapped right here in Lagos about 2-3 weeks ago.
Oh, yes.
Of course, it was later
the Fulani brothers.
The Fulani brothers.
Oh, yes.
Right.
Yes, in Lagos. On that Tomila.
Very close to Kaloma.
Yes. Yeah. So what I'm saying is that we don't seem to hear things like that before in Lagos. Even the other time that we have people that will come like that is when banks were attacked at a time and they were able to neutralize the gang. So I have to appeal to the security agencies to know that we cannot have, things are so difficult now for Nigerians.
Yeah.
The economy is in comatose. So if it's so difficult for us to feed, and then we now add insecurity to it to the level that it will come to what it used to be.
It's like living in hell.
It's like living in hell. So I know that the security agencies, they are overwhelmed, they are doing their best, but they have to do more. Yeah. Because, like Majid said, the primary assignment of government is protection of life and property.
All right. Nigeria Police, we thank you very kindly. Yes, but the situation demands that you remain on your toes more than 24 hours a day, gentlemen. Okay, let's go.